It's not a true macro, so I don't even know why they call it that. It's your boy, Greg Tardif. I like talking about cameras and things of that nature, specifically the Ricoh GR IIIX. You can use it to your heart's desire. The neat thing about it is how versatile it is for such a tiny little thing. It's so tiny. The good news, you can take pictures of anything. Just take pictures. But for me, for you, for us, as people who take pictures, photographers to some, picture takers to my parents, I typically keep it in P mode because it's got a urinary tract infection. Just kidding. No, P mode is program mode, and program mode lets the computer decide at what exposure and stuff. You can also change the exposure metering system, so you can expose to the highlights, you can expose the center weighted. It's a very versatile camera, and for me, I have a different YouTube channel where I talk about wet shaving. Traditional wet shaving, safety razors, things like that. And on my Instagram page, I typically take pictures of safety razors, shaving soaps, shaving brushes, and this thing takes probably 78 to 79% of those pictures because it's super easy to get a good shot from. It's pretty idiot proof if I can figure it out. So could you. With that being said, because I just said it, macro mode on this is going to be your savior. So you have about a 40 mil equivalent type of focal length for the lens on the GR IIIX. Macro mode, there's a little flower on the back. Push that and you can now get a little bit closer to your subject, making it so you can get closer and have some, you know, details and such. It's not a true macro, so I don't even know why they call it that, but I don't know what else you would call it. I don't know. But what I can say is that it is phenomenal at taking those up close, sharp photos. I also like to take it out to date night where I can take pictures of my food. Everybody likes taking pictures of their food and sharing it with their friends and be like, look what I ate. Wait for the after party. But don't send those pictures. People do not like seeing those other pictures. Most people don't. There's probably a couple people out there that do like seeing those kinds of pictures. Do not interact with those people. I've talked about that for too long. Going out, you can take pictures of whatever you want. I like taking pictures of my food, my beverages, random strange people from behind that are doing weird stuff that looks like they might be Curious George's dad, or, you know, whatever. And it does a really good job at that. Setting it in program mode makes you very active. The thing starts up super quickly and it's ready to take a picture. Super quickly, take a picture. Bam! It's such a cool little camera. Such a cool little camera. It's such a cool little camera. And guess what? It's freaking out of stock everywhere now. So that's too bad. So if you're thinking about getting one, buckle up. They do have the GR III. I think they have, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say, I think they have a teleconverter lens kit for it, but even the GR III looks like a pretty good camera. I haven't used one, so I couldn't even tell you what it's like for that type of stuff that I just mentioned. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. But I prefer to take this over one of my mirrorless cameras, especially out on date nights. If I'm walking around in the city, I have no problem lugging this sucker around. But if I'm in a rural area in Wisconsin, which a lot of times I am, I prefer to have something I can keep in my pocket and be more conspicuous about taking the pictures of my food. Because you can get some eyes, you can have some words, maybe raise some fists. Don't do that. Do not engage, and do not let them take you to a second location. Goodbye.